Right, welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made some of the intros and the atmospheres and all that kind of stuff on my tune Orbits. It's part of my 4-track EP on Sleepless Records, a classical music EP. Orbits is a really fun track. It's quite sort of kind of floaty intro and then a really hard drop. So I'm going to show you a bit of it quickly from halfway through the intro up to the drop. Just one thing to note. My CPU kind of can't handle all this recording and production stuff at once, so I've turned off quite a few of the plugins that I used on my master. So it doesn't sound exactly the same as the released version that you can hear, but if you do want to hear the very nice released version, it is out on all platforms, and yeah, go stream it, buy it, do whatever. Anyway, yeah, this is how the intro sounds.
Planets move in unchangeable, unvarying, steadfast orbits.
But yeah, that's the tune. No need to show you all of it. Like I say, go listen to it. But I want to talk about the intro today. So if I mute everything but the synths, so it's just that. Although we still have a hi-hat here, which apparently is... There we go. I had a parallel drum send, so start off with, it's 2 layers at once. Okay, so we have this layer, pattern 11. She's a sort of low down, deep, dark kind of. She's got some upper harmonics, you know, if you look at it through an EQ. Some going on, but it's quite muddy as well, so I kind of controlled that a bit down there. And that is, I'm pretty sure it's the same 2 notes playing together. Can't seem to, yeah, there you go. So it's just F 1 octave above itself, so 2 Fs, and that's what gives it those kind of overtones. And the patch is from one of my favourite plugins. Such an underrated plugin, man. I'm going to do a whole separate video on this, either on my own channel or maybe even on Sleepless channel. Just because I love this plugin, honestly. Even the presets normally are just incredible, which is what this one is, not going to lie, it's a preset. However, you can load your own sounds into it through here, which I've done before, and you can morph them together in this kind of 3D or 8D dimensional cube, you know, like, and that changes the sound and stuff. So I think I might have had some modulation going on that. Yeah, I've just automated the macro of that over time in the tune. So it just kind of moves it around. If we look at what the macro does, see it's moving the macro, whatever that is doing. It's doing fuego to it, it says. It's doing fuego. If we look at the effects and what the thing is assigned to in the mod matrix. So it's controlling the saturation. So if you was doing this in Serum, you'd have a macro attached to your distortion mix maybe, and it's also on the reverb as well. So it's literally just on the reverb and the distortion. And when you're moving that macro, which I'm doing through this automation clip here, it's just kind of moving that about, gives it a bit more movement and shit like that. Oh, but yeah. This next layer is a chord. To be honest, I'm no music theory expert. I just mess around with notes till it sounds okay. This sounded okay, so I used it. I'm not very good at progressing my chords, as you can see. I use the same chord throughout the kind of whole tune. Could be a bit better, but oh well. It works. hey, no need to overcomplicate things. But yeah, that patch, what's this? Pattern 10. I don't even know what I use for that. Ambience 2. Oh, okay, it's a citrus preset. Is it citrus? Yeah, that's citrus. Oh, Jesus. Loads of presets there. Yeah, I guess I use citrus for it then. I don't even think I've got any modulation going on that because... Oh no, yeah I do, yeah. So I've got the X and the Y frequency in citrus being modulated or automated, whatever. So if I do it in the context of the song, yeah, we'll see the X and the Y parameters moving around here. X controls phase of operator 1, Y controls phase of operator 2. Oh no. Yeah, Y controls the phase of operator 3, sorry. So, yeah, the phase shifting kind of creates this wobbly movements. And yeah, I don't think there's any post-processing on that either, just some EQ. Yeah, a bit of EQ. Very simple intro this, but it just kind of works, you know. I like to be a bit minimal sometimes in my intros, other times not. In this tune I wanted to be a bit more simple and just rolling, easy to listen to. This sound that comes in here, so that one. That does have some post-processing on it. It's got a bit of Portal, which is like a delay, some sort of preset on there, and then some Valhammer Shimmer, which is just a bit of reverb, you know, it's pretty standard. And then a bit of EQ to clean it up. So without it, it's quite... doesn't have the same vibe, you know. It's not the same. That just had some sort of, I don't know, there's a little stutter, it's just nice. Yeah. I don't know what this sound was originally recorded from. It was recorded in this project because the file is called Heavy, and the original project file name of this is heavy.wav or heavy.flp, whatever it is. So yeah, I did record it in the session. No, there's some hats. I don't know what from. I don't know what it would have been from. Could have been one of these maybe. No, because that's a kick. That's a snare. It would probably be something around here. Just some simple sort of chord patch, and then like I say, chuck the reverb and delay on it. And that's that section. And then we move on to the next part, where I have to unmute the drums and the bass because the bass comes in really reverbed. Not here, but here, sorry.
The planets move
Here.
unchangeable, unvarying.
So if we actually mute everything but the bass, so it's easier to hear. So that is just the main basses with a bit more reverb on them than they should do, because that's how it should sound, but then obviously it's... And again, that's just by automating different reverbs and all sorts of stuff. Got the shimmer, there you go, on the bass, going up, and then cutting to nothing on the drop. Except for when we need it, because I've got it on this one bass sound on its own channel, so I've got two shimmers. Because that's what creates that little rise, you know. here. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to really talk about in regards to the kind of atmospheres and stuff. I think I kept the second half breakdown exactly the same. The second drop is very different, but you'll have to go stream it if you want to listen to that. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about the intro on this really, other than processing. If it wants to load. Yeah, I find that interesting actually. I think I'll mention this. I actually used OTT on the whole synth bus. When I say OTT, I mean the in-house Serum thing, compressor, because OTT is exactly the same as this multi-band compressor. I didn't know that for ages. I know it might seem common, but I didn't know that for ages, so I like to tell people they're the exact same thing. But I actually hate OTT because it loads up on a different setting and it doesn't sound as good, and I can never figure it out because it's got a few more knobs. I like this one, it's very simple to use and it sounds good. And it kind of adds a bit to that kind of crushed jump up vibe. It's a bit, you know, don't get me wrong, it will add a bunch of gain so it makes it sound better, but if I turn it off, it's just, I don't know, it's just not as powerful. I'm aware I've still got the other OTT on there as well. There we go, yeah. That's the true reflection of it, because I've got just the correct thing on there now. And then on. So I don't always do OTT on my synth bus, but I just think in this tune it kind of helped glue everything together nicely. And then just a kilohertz limiter, cranking it up big time. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'll try to answer them. Go stream Classical Music EP. I'll see you on the next one.